What's up, fellow lords of gaming, and welcome back to another episode of Marvel Future Revolution. Today we're going to jump into a little bit of a deep dive, take a look at Wolverine's potential for you guys overall, so that way you guys can understand what you're looking at and hopefully help you build your character successfully. So Wolverine's got a great potential build out for him. There's not a whole lot wasted inside the kit. Whereas before, you would look at certain characters inside here and you're like, man, that's just trash. Like, why we got that stat inside here? They seem to have balanced Wolverine out for the most part over across the play. At level 1, we basically all have the attack, defense, and HP stats. You kind of understand. Stay away from defense. There's no point in wasting the investment of your potential reports to go into defense. It doesn't really necessarily mean anything for you. This isn't Captain America. Inside of his second skill, we've go attack, defense, pierce, and then HP. Pretty self-explanatory how you're looking at this, right? If you're a PvE player and you spend the majority of the time you're doing PvE, then you should just go attack and HP inside here. Stick away from the defense, pierce for now. Come back to it later. Now, this also applies, in my opinion, if you're just, how do you know if you're a PvP player or PvE? Which one are you actively engaged in? Like, are you actively playing PvP? You know what I mean? Like, you're utilizing the character. You're actually just pressing the buttons, rolling through the combos, and understanding the timings of your character, understanding the iframes. Then you're a PvP player. If you're not doing that, then there's not a whole lot of reason. If you log in and you play autoplay, just go attack an HP, move along, and keep yourself happy, right? So overall, the next tier tree, the same applies to defense, pierce, but we've got great stats in terms of total damage, and we've got great stats in terms of HP recovery. Wolverine's going to be an interesting character because inside of his specializations, as you'll see inside some of my future videos, HP recovery is going to play a factor inside of Wolverine. So no longer are those yellow cores going to be necessarily a negative thing to see, especially if you get HP and HP recoveries. You essentially want Wolverine to have a big HP pool, and you want him to have a big HP. You want to max out that HP recoveries, max stat as well. At the 4th level, we got accuracy rate, guard damage, and HP recovery. So here's the good thing about this, right? Accuracy rate is needed across the board to apply debuff effects and stuff like that. Basically, you're making a check. Wolverine does actually have a debuff build. So essentially, his first skill, Swift Strike, is basically marking targets, right? And when you mark those targets, you get about a 30% bonus in terms of attacking them with the next skill. When you apply some of his adamantium claw skills, it applies rupture to them, meaning that you basically decrease their defense. So I look at it as like an all defense down from Marvel Future Fighter, right? And if you roll into some of his evolved skills, well, namely one of them, it applies the laceration effect to them. And so any target that basically has rupture and then takes laceration, you get bonus damage across from them, and it deals damage over time to them as well. So if you're planning to go debuff build for Wolverine, which more than likely, even if you're not going to be playing like PvP or controlling the character, you're probably going to roll into some form of debuff skill that you're going to be utilizing for Wolverine. So the accuracy rate's not a bad thing. The status effect accuracy rate is probably not the greatest thing that you want to be speccing into, but you do want to pay attention to it. Like, I'm not going to spec into status effect accuracy, but you know what, it is what it is. Guard damage, we all want to be doing guard damage, and we all want to get the HP recovery for Wolverine. So think about that on a whole, because as much as you can get to that HP recovery max, is going to help you, benefit you in terms of your attack, and help you benefit of your term of your healing. And that's one part of the Wolverine, right? So at level 5, we roll it back around to the same thing that we were talking about with attack and HP, and then roll back at defense. Basically, your method of the day for your HP recover for your Wolverine potential is basically do the best you can to stay away from defense, come back to them. Defense pierce is going to largely be dependent upon whether you're a PvP player or you're not, or PvE player. Go around those stats and pick them out the best way you can. If you are going to be a long-term Wolverine player, I would suggest doing the same thing and then rolling back anyways, knowing that you're going to probably build these up overall. Now, I've been lucky at this. I've been pretty happy with this update. So I've had a number of special offers. I've purchased all the special offers for logbooks. I've used all of my potential reports that I had saved up inside my storage tool chest here. So I no longer have any of those inside there. They're just not there. But the potential on Wolverine is just like really high at this point in the game. I really think there's going to be some major benefits to him inside squad battle overall. So I'm really happy with it, not to mention Alliance or Mega War and stuff. I think that his bread and butter is going to be inside PvP environments though, if I'm being perfectly honest. So I intend to build Wolverine with that intention, meaning that my first chop at any of my Omega cards, the first chop at my gear pieces are most likely going to be centered around PvP. I can use Doctor Strange for all the PvE content that I need to at this point. I don't think Wolverine is necessarily going to surpass Doctor Strange or many of the other characters that currently do PvE really well. But that remains to be seen. We'll see when we get up there. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have and it was informative, hit the like and subscribe button in the section below and make a comment. Let me know what's going on. All right, until next time, guys. Peace.